Game 1 of the playoffs, the Fever had nearly 2 million viewers tuning in, while all the other games had around 400,000. Even the WNBA Countdown, which was aired before the Indiana Fever game, had more viewers than 2 of the series.
The league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next.
After losing in the playoffs, viewership is already suffering, and Caitlin Clark won't play league basketball for an incredible 23 days.
We're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled.
Although experts and fans have declared that they would no longer watch the WNBA, let's examine Caitlin's impact on the league this year. It will astound you.
2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark.
Unbelievably, fans were shocked by Caitlin's decision. However, with Kay gone, attendance will be at an all-time low for the season, and experts like Molly Karam and Monica McNutt on ESPN will now discover who the true face of the WNBA is.
I wonder if Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place. It's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
The Iowa superstar Caitlin Clark has officially concluded her first season in the WNBA, and it is evident that her presence in the league has been nothing short of transformative. The rookie phenom, known for her deep-range shooting and playmaking ability, captivated fans throughout the season, driving record-breaking viewership and attendance numbers wherever she played. Unfortunately, Clark's rookie campaign ended after a difficult playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun, ending what many had hoped would be a deeper postseason run. This season, she was the driving force behind the Fever's league-leading attendance numbers both at home and away.
She's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years.
The Fever saw a sharp increase in popularity and became one of the most watched teams in the WNBA, but now that Clark is out of the playoffs, the WNBA is cooked. Every time Clark was on the court, the arena was filled with enthusiastic fans, some of whom traveled across the nation to watch her shoot from deep, deliver precise assists, and display her electrifying basketball IQ. Her performances were nothing short of magnetic, drawing crowds and increasing the Fever's national visibility.
The Clark effect is definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever and Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the game was.
Fever fans aren't the only ones who are feeling the void. The WNBA as a whole is already witnessing a discernible decline in viewership due to Caitlin Clark's absence from the playoffs. Weekend games, which typically draw some of the highest viewership figures of the season, are expected to significantly decline without Clark's presence on the national stage. Fans weren't just watching their favorite teams. They were watching Clark, whose Caitlin Clark's incredible performances made her a must-see TV personality. She has evolved from a team player to a superstar whose influence goes well beyond the Fever. Her absence from the playoffs is a loss for her team as well as the WNBA as a whole, as her gravitational pull was a major factor in the league's expanding fan base.
Departure, do we think that these new WNBA fans are going to stick around for the rest of the playoffs? The Liberty Aces series might be one that draws some numbers. The disparity between 1.8 million and around 400,000 is wild, especially with football season being in full.
It's uncommon for a rookie to have such a profound effect on a professional league, but Caitlin Clark is anything but ordinary. From the moment she set foot on a WNBA court, she commanded attention. Her incredible performances immediately placed her in conversations reserved for all-time greats, with many drawing comparisons between her presence in the WNBA and NBA players like LeBron James and Stephen Curry. The excitement she brought to every game went beyond her own fan base, and she became a league-wide phenomenon. She was a genuine unicorn on the court because of her ability to dominate offensively while also creating plays. Her enormous effect in just one season is demonstrated by the fact that so many fans have opted to watch the WNBA playoffs without her.
Now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlin Clark has gotten them.
Looking back at her season, it's evident that exhaustion may have contributed significantly to the Fever's failure to advance further into the playoffs. Caitlin Clark played an exhausting number of games in both college and the WNBA this year, almost matching the number of games NBA stars play during their regular season. In a short period of time, Clark went from leading Iowa to the NCAA finals to playing for the Fever, and then straight into the WNBA playoffs without much time to rest or recover. Given that demanding schedule, it's not surprising that by the end of the season she appeared to be running on fumes, even during those physically taxing moments. Caitlin Clark showed off her incredible endurance, basketball IQ, and willpower when she faced the sun. Despite her heroic efforts, Clark's signature performance, scoring 25 points, dishing out 9 assists, and bringing her signature fire and intensity to the court, was insufficient to keep the Fever's playoff hopes alive. Despite Clark's brilliance, basketball is a team sport, and the Fever's failure to consistently support both ends of the floor ultimately sealed their fate.
Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
Despite the setbacks, Caitlin Clark maintained her composure and continued to push her team forward with determination, trying to will them into the next round. However, without consistent offensive support from her teammates and a little more luck on defense, her heroic efforts simply weren't enough to overcome the Suns' relentless play. Falls became an unfortunate part of the storyline in her final game as well. Several dubious calls against her caused frustration among fans and analysts alike, with many wondering if she was being officiated differently because she was a rising star status.
Things that this group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again. So,
as of right now, Caitlin Clark has decided to take a well-earned break. There has been no indication that she will join a European team for the offseason or compete in 3-on-3 tournaments. Instead, she is choosing to recharge and recover after a demanding season both mentally and physically. While many players use the offseason to hone their skills overseas or in smaller tournaments, Clark is stepping back to prioritize her health and rest, given that she played almost as many games as an NBA star this season while bearing the tremendous pressure of being a rookie. The WNBA, which has long been looking for the face of women's basketball, found that in Caitlin Clark. Her influence on the league is undeniable, and her quick ascent to fame has attracted a wave of new fans to women's basketball. However, without Clark in the mix, the league is already experiencing a noticeable decline in engagement. It's not just the diehard Fever fans stepping away for the time being. The league as a whole is losing viewers who had specifically tuned in to watch the breakout star in action.
Don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face. And there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin to be a part of it.
Caitlin Clark has had a significant impact on the game of basketball. Her stellar rookie season in the WNBA and her outstanding performances at Iowa have made her a household name both domestically and internationally. She has inspired a new generation of players and brought a level of excitement to the sport that hasn't been seen in years. Her clutch shooting and fierce competitive drive have captured the attention of basketball fans worldwide, but since she is no longer on the court, the WNBA's global spotlight has slightly slowed the decline in viewership. The WNBA is feeling the ripple effects of Clark's absence, demonstrating how much she has become a key figure in the sport's global growth. Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the Indiana Fever. Her electrifying play style and dynamic presence have set her apart as a transformative figure. Her active participation highlights her wide appeal and the magnetic star power she brings to the game. Her influence extends beyond individual games and reflects a shift in how women's basketball is perceived internally. Figure in women's basketball, and now that she is out of the playoffs, the league is already feeling the effects of her absence. The WNBA playoffs continue without one of its brightest stars, and it's becoming more and more clear how important Caitlin Clark is to the league's expansion and appeal. She's more than just a player. She's the sport's future.
Response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're in my mentions talking about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before in my life.
Although the WNBA has an impressive roster of talented players, it is Caitlin Clark who is driving the league's popularity to new heights, captivating audiences and growing its fan base. Her ability to draw attention both on and off the court has made her a key figure in the WNBA's expanding global reach. Now that she is on vacation, the WNBA must navigate through a period when one of its biggest draws is off the court, leaving a noticeable void in excitement that many fans simply cannot be filled. League is a testament to Caitlin Clark's enormous impact on fan engagement. Her ability to draw crowds and ignite excitement around women's basketball has been unparalleled, but now that her team is out of the playoffs, some of those devoted fans have decided to stop watching the WNBA altogether until she returns to the court. This speaks volumes about the influence Clark has not only over her team, but also over the league itself. Her star power is undeniable, and as we look ahead to the upcoming season, fans are eager for her return because they know that her presence has the potential to change the league and rekindle the game.
Major point that you want to make here, your major thesis statement on this, because every time Caitlin Clark comes up, I feel like there's something that you want to get off your chest in terms of this narrative, where you're frustrated.
Well, first of all, I'm not frustrated. Number two, I did get stuff off my chest on numerous occasions. I'm just reiterating my points because I think one of the things that needed to be mentioned was that even though Caitlin Clark is new to this, and even though she has proven to be a potentially sensational player, the resentment that some, not most, not all, that stuff that was going on was...
Although her rookie season ended earlier than many had anticipated, Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA has already been cemented. Her electrifying play and ability to captivate audiences both on the court and through the screen have solidified her as a key figure in the league's future. From her deep three-pointers to her fierce competitive speed, Clark brought a level of excitement that drew in new fans and boosted viewership across the league. However, as she takes a well-deserved break, the WNBA is left to manage as fans are already counting down the days until her return, and it's obvious that the league needs her presence just as much as she needs this time for rest and recovery to return even stronger. Looking ahead, one thing is certain. Caitlin Clark's return will be one of the most eagerly awaited events in WNBA history. Her presence has transformed the league, and when she steps back onto the court, the WNBA will once again feel the full weight of her influence. Her star power transcends a sport, drawing fans from all over the world. Until then, the WNBA must find a way to get through this slower time while knowing that everyone in the basketball world is looking forward to her return. Clark's comeback promises to rekindle the league and set the stage for another revolutionary season. If you liked, please leave a like and subscribe. More videos are now available.